Now, the first round of voting begins today in French regional elections. One of the most powerful far-right parties in Europe, France's National Front, is hoping to come out on top. Marine Le Pen, the party's leader, is looking for an added boost for her bid for the French presidency in 2017. Well, joining us now from Saint-Malo in France is Jacques Relan. He's the head of European research at the Global Policy Institute. Jacques Relan, why do you think we're seeing this rise in the popularity of the far right? What's driving people to support the National Front politically, do you think?
Most of the people who vote National Front tend to be from the working class and the lower middle classes of France, and also from the deprived rural areas of France. They are the people who feel left out and who feel abandoned also by the Socialist Party. They think the Socialist Party no longer represents the working class. Many people who voted for François Hollande in 2012 are not ready to vote for him. Today are either going to abstain, and some of them might even vote National Front, because the National Front has a program which appeals to the left. The economic program of the National Front is very old dirigist France. They want a protectionist state, they want more state intervention, which is music to the ears of, for example, the ex-communist voters in France. And at the same time, they also play on the insecurity many people feel, especially regarding immigration. And that's where the anti-immigrant vote is the strongest.
Okay.
It is very often among the working class who think they are in competition with immigrants.
You talk about the ruling socialists there, Jacques. I mean, they're not expected to do well in this regional election. Why is this, and what are the issues that they're worried about? I mean, why do you think the socialist supporters feel let down?
The socialist supporters feel left down because they thought that François Hollande would carry out a left-wing program, and would, for example, not worry too much about deficits and so on, and would redistribute, while actually Hollande government is very much a pro-business government, and the margin of maneuver of the government is very narrow. He has to keep under the watchful eyes of the market and also of the European Commission, which has to approve the budget. So Hollande is in no position to carry out the type of policies which he mentioned in his campaign. So that's why they feel left out. They feel that this government is actually carrying out a policy which a center-right government would carry out.
Just a final quick thought from you, Jacques Relan. What about Nicolas Sarkozy? Are we likely to see the start of his return to the political arena?
That's what he's hoping. He's hoping that if the UMP, the center-right, the Republican right party wins most of the seats, as they will probably have the same number of votes as the National Front, but they will gain, out of 100 seats, they might get 80 seats. And I think that for him, it will herald the beginning of his presidential campaign. And we've already seen that his tactic is to follow in the footsteps of the far right. For example, last week, he mentioned that he would ban the headscarf in universities. He's in favor of that, and is opposed to, for example, having other plates when they serve pork. So he's definitely trying to also appeal to the National Front. We don't know whether it's going to work, but it is his strategy, and he's hoping that today will be the start of his presidential campaign.
Jacques Relan, thank you very much indeed for talking to Al Jazeera.
Pleasure.